Alright. Well then. So I should get out of that so that way we don't have things going badly. Okay, let me just change over some stuff. There we go. All right. Okay, there is a specific job that I've been trying to find for a while, and I don't know what it's called. It's that one where you're supposed to get like the EMPs. I don't remember what it's called, but you're supposed to. Um. Actually, you know what? I think I want to do something. What was it, Vlad, right? And then go down to Ukrainian job.
I have a small favor to ask of you. Dmitri, motherless son of a whore who framed me, he's getting married. His Suchka bride preparing for wedding. Oh, big perfectionist. Oh, she buy tiara at so expensive jewelry store. But her big, fat head, it needs to be fitted. Yes? You go, steal tiara. Steal everything in there. I don't give a fuck. But get the tiara, understand? You keep everything else you take.
Oh, that's how much it costs. I've been looking at like the job. I've been looking at this and been like, oh shit, I need to like repay that money.
Is appreciating you.
Okay, I got confused. Okay, let's do this. I woke up this morning with a headache and I was like, oh, it's probably because I'm stressed that I need to do my homework and I haven't done the homework yet. So I went and I have like 4 things to do for the homework.
Vlad really doesn't like this Dmitri guy. One of these old country feuds. Maybe he shagged his sister or something. Anyway, let's help the man settle the score. We go for the tiara. Back room from what I understand. Don't get the heat on you too early, or your escape's gonna be rough.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I have 4 things to do, to which I have done 3. One of them I'm doing because the third one that I was doing, I had to read a certain chapter from one of the books.
I'll wait for you here. Don't take too long.
Guys, we're in the middle of the city. Try to do this stealthy.
You scout the place. I'll wait here.
I'll wait here.
Jump in
I'll be
if
ready.
you need me
Okay.
to shoot things.
But I ended up it feels like it's important. Okay. Okay, there should be a guard over here. Yeah, he's right over there. Okay, I would suspect that it would be right there in that thing.
Watch that guard.
No, that thing over there. Okay.
Once more unto the breach.
Can we just also do this one as well? Just make sure there's no one that can see it.
I just thought I heard something, but it was nothing. All good.
I have more stuff to talk about, just... Oh, fuck. There we go. There's one over here, right? Yeah, there's one over here. Okay. There we go. Yeet. Okay. You know, it's a good thing that I know how to lockpick these things. I swear, it's not gonna be in here, is it? Okay, something I found out that really annoys me whenever it comes to like tropes in movies the specific trope that annoys me a lot is the one where how do I describe this? Somebody in the family did something bad, therefore the entire family is bad. Like, let's use an example. People will be like, oh, well, your dad was like this, so that must mean you're like this as well. And that person will spend a long time. Well, I mean, I did do this really fast. Now then, I did that quite fast.
All the extra loot goes into our...
And I got
Collect on that tiara. Vlad will be happy.
okay. Anyway, that specific trope I hate because I could have gotten the mask. Could have gotten a mask. No. The paints doesn't really. What does the paint do? That's the thing. I'll get to that after I'm done with talking about this trope. Okay. Yeah.
We're going to party.
Sure, why not?
This tasteful club was mine. After prison.
But the trope I don't like because the entire time, like, it annoys me because that character will spend like the entire time trying to prove, oh no, I'm not the reason why this happened, and they're over here like everyone is something bad happens that had nothing to do with this character.
You hanging around that club for too long.
And even like people, and the thing is like people will be like, they will watch somebody go and steal something and they'll be like, oh, that person stole something. That's this character's fault. That person, they stole it. They're the reason. Like the blame will immediately be put on that character or something, even if like all the evidence points to someone else.
Sorry, guys, you're not on the list. Whatever. You guys seem like class acts.
Yeah, I feel like I could do this one.
Free jet.
Just don't bump into them. What? Okay, usually it's up there, but okay. Okay, okay.
A security door? Damn. Well, one of the guards must have a key of his own.
I have an idea. However, it might not be very good. What's in here? Okay. Yeah, but it's like I hate it when people just get blamed for something they never really did. Just a little bit okay, that wasn't okay, well, we're doing this the messy way. We're doing this the messy way. We're doing this the messy way.
Hey, don't panic. You're professionals.
Down, damn it. You heard me, damn it. Don't
Okay, hold on.
We got some company, folks. Okay, you found it. Now drill the
Okay, so it's just that I hate when people I don't like it when other people nor I get the blame for something. When I hate when people get blamed for something they didn't do, and like no matter how much proof that they will show and say, hey, I didn't do this, nobody will believe them. And then that character spends like the entire episode or entire movie trying to prove that they didn't did it just to be recognized as just a normal person, being like, hey, I am not this person. And here's the thing, there, like, the argument is often put up in front saying, you know, oh, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Clearly this one did.
I got it.
But the thing is, like, people are often like, oh, well, no, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so therefore they did. Okay, but that doesn't mean, hey, doesn't mean that they looked at it and like, yes, I want to do that. That could mean that they looked at their parents and was like, I don't want to do that. I see their mistakes. I don't want to do the same thing.
Don't move. Stay down. Drop your weapon. Digits in the air. Drop your gun.
Okay.
Drop your weapon.
Okay. Okay, so the thing is right here. Shit, there was another thing I wanted to talk about and I can't remember. Oh yeah, okay, so there's that I'm talking about.
Drop it now. Drop your gun. Get down on your knees. Cuffs on now.
Like, people immediately think that if somebody sees like, whenever something like this happens, people will immediately think, oh, this person looked at that and decided I want to be like that. Like, I want to be like that. When in reality, find a safe with money in it. What do you mean? That wasn't the thing? That wasn't it? We found cocaine. What do you mean?
Drop your gun. Drop it now.
What's safe?
Digits in the air. Down, chingado. Down.
What's safe? Like, seriously, I can't. I just like. Wait. It's in here, isn't it? Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, this is more of just something I personally don't get. But, like, other than looking cool, what is the point of, like,
Expecting that for goddamn sure. I'm sure they'll come back for more. So use your time well now. A hostage rescue.
what is the point of, like, different styles on the gun?
They just freed another civilian.
Yeah, well, we're not really gonna get captured this time. I missed every single one of those shots. How we doing? Doing pretty well.
They're up in the attic with snipers.
Yeah. Cause, like, okay, they look cool. That's cool. That's just a thing I personally don't get.
Another assault. The party starts in 30 seconds.
But like, if that's the only point of it, okay, then good. Okay, then great. I figured it out. Okay, thank you. Well, that's it. I'm not saying that they're useless. But if that's the point of it, then it serves its point. Good. Okay.
Assault in 10.
That's what I just wanted to say, because like for example, like, I was talking yesterday about like pens, all right? Because I bought a 10-pack of pens the other day at the dollar store, and it's just a 10-pack of just pens for like $1.25. And I mentioned, and the thing I don't get about it is that, like, you'll find like a pen like this, and it will work good for as long as it needs to. And then when you're done with this pen, you can just go in and get another pen that you bought, and you can just do this about 10 times, and then you'll get, and now it'll last you a long time. Okay, is this? Oh, this is it. What? Okay, I looked here and I did not see anything. So why did I do that? Why did I do that? Hey, let me. Okay. But okay, this is actually faster than the drill. Okay, and I do have another. I actually have another story. A long time ago, somebody said water has no flavor, and I'm like, yes, it does. It tastes like water. It has the flavor of water. But they're like, no, but it has no flavor. I'm like, if I were to give you water right now, if I were to blindfold you and put you in front of a bunch of if I blindfold you and have you have a bunch of cups, you would be able to just figure out which one is water because of its flavor. Like, it still does have a flavor, and they're like, oh well, if you take out like all the minerals in it and all the stuff that's inside of it, it doesn't have any flavor. And I'm like, that is the equivalent of saying if I were to saying Gatorade doesn't have flavor, because if you were to take out all the stuff that's inside of it, it wouldn't have any flavor. And they got mad at me. They're like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, that is exactly word for word what you just said. You said if you take out all the things that are inside of water, it has no flavor, therefore it has no flavor.
Looks like snipers are gonna get involved. The escape van will be in an alley nearby. Get ready to hustle.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get the money. I need to make back some money because I ended up using up a lot of it. I actually didn't really mean to kill that guy, but I just wanted to shoot him to get him on our side. I swear, I'm trying to aim. You know what? Okay. Maybelline. I don't know the entire song of Maybelline, so. But yeah, that's something that's a conversation that I had when I was little. Another thing that happened when I was a kid was, this was back when I was in school. This was back when I was like in elementary school, and I mean like, and I'm not like, here's the thing, I moved several schools when I was a kid. I moved, first, I went from a private school, which was a Methodist church, which was a Methodist school. And then the second one was a Catholic school. And third was a public school. And the fourth was also a public school. Now, when this is like way back, kindergarten, in fact. Oh, it wasn't kindergarten. This was pre-K, actually. Yeah. And before I get into this, I just want to say I'm telling most of these stories not because I'm mad, but more because like there's stuff that comes up in my mind sometimes, and it's a story that I can tell, and it's a story of which I can tell. It's nice. There we go. And here's what happened. There was this one girl. What was her name? Madison. Her name was Madison. I remember that her name was Madison because I always found it peculiar that, not peculiar, like that's not, well yeah, I found it because in my head that's like, so in my head that it was really close to the word medicine. It's Madison. That's what her name was. And here's the thing about her. Every single day, for lunch, she brought peanut butter and jelly to school. That was it. Every single day, she brought peanut butter and jelly. So one day, she's like, I don't know what my mom packed me. And here's, oh no, yeah, I should have thought about this. Oh no, wait, no, it's 4. It's fine. And the thing is, like, she was always surprised whenever because her parents would always pack her peanut butter and jelly, okay, for school. And one day she's like, I don't know what I got for lunch. To which I said, I bet you got peanut butter and jelly, because that's what she's always brought. She's like, well, you don't know that. A little context. I was kind of the black sheep back then. Black sheep in the entire place. Like, people didn't really, like, for some reason, students didn't really like me. Teachers were more of just indifferent. They were just like, I'm not caring. No, but I was more of like the kid who would always get made fun of for no reason. So this girl was like, well, what do you know? You don't know that I got peanut butter and jelly. And I was like, okay. Okay, and finally lunch comes up, and peanut butter and jelly pulls out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, PB&J. And she's like, oh yeah, you were right. I do have it. And I was like, yeah, I know. And she was like, yeah. And I didn't mean yeah as in like a way of like, yeah, see, I was right, like that. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. She immediately got mad at me for, I think it's because like I spoke with my mouth full or something. I don't remember too much. Once again, these are not stories of which I'm holding grudges on. These are just stories that it's like, sometimes like things will remind me of them and I will be like, huh, you know what? That is something that happened. Nah. I'm telling you to all drop your weapon. Drop thine weapon. I just need... Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, I think no, wait, never mind. He's alive. Hello. Wait, what are these guys hitting me with? Okay, so really all we need to do is just wait here. No! Come back to me. Another story. What's another story? Can I shoot that thing down from here? I apparently cannot. Shrimp seems to be going fine. I need to think of other stories to tell. Yeah, actually, no, I have another story to tell. This one actually happened a lot later. Actually, after I graduated high school. Okay, so what happened was that one day I was like we need to do like spring cleaning or something like that, where like, you know, you clean up the entire house, see what you need to get rid of, what you don't need to get rid of. We don't need to get rid of. And can I hit that guy from here? Without aiming. I got him. Okay, it took me a couple hundred shots. But one day I find like a notebook that I had back when I was in elementary school. Actually, in fact, it was specifically first grade. It was a first grade notebook, composition book. And for context about this, can I shoot this statue? Yes, I can. For context, back in first grade, every morning for English, what we had to do was write a certain page, like half a page, full page, all of that. And I never really liked writing a full page. I came to like it a lot later because I was like, I understand, I can write about this what I want. But the thing is, every Friday was something called Free Write Friday, which is where you wrote whatever you wanted. And there's actually 2 stories that I have of this. And what happened was that one day apparently I got a new barrel. And what happened is that one day is that it's like, explain what you did over break. And I was like, okay, and I wrote about it. I was using a pencil, not a pen, but I was like, I'm writing, and I was like, hey, I talked about the camping trip that we went on. And this camping trip happened to be, I think it was in, no, it wasn't Guadalupe, it was in the Gila. It was in the Gila. And what happened was that there's a certain point where we kind of a little bit lose our way, but then I'm like, oh, I think we go this way. And then we find our way back.
Gentlemen, we are at a tipping point in the voting will begin tomorrow. We need to act now to make a difference. New voting machines.
Okay. And so I write about that. And I'm reading and I write about something in there, but then I read it days later.
The Elephant's PR will claim he came to power through depth, leadership, and integrity. But that's bullshit. That only bastards.
Let's go right here. I don't really know if I'm thinking of this correctly. Thinking that this is correct. But
Okay, make your way inside. Be quiet.
enter the docks. Okay, but then, so I read this a lot later. Can I jump off this? No, I cannot. It will not let me. And there's a certain point where it says, I will never forget that I saved everyone. And I read that later, I'm like, I don't think I saved them. I think we would have figured it out if we spent like maybe 30 more minutes. But, trust me, younger me, you forgot. You, in fact, forgot. That's the other thing.
Great. Now search the docks. You're looking for something that tells you which truck has the voting machines and is headed for Washington. Search containers, computers, anything. When you've figured it out, tag the right truck.
Okay, I can probably do this. That's the first story. Second story.
Around to help you figure out the truck. Get Sherlocking. Look for open containers. They might indicate what the trucks are carrying.
Okay, hold on. I'm kind of being a bit quiet on this because
Watch your background. Spare the civilians. Those containers have cargo. That might help you eliminate the wrong truck.
But then the second story I have actually has a bit more of a story to it, because this is also from the same exact notebook. Here's the thing I found out way later on. Way later on than I should have. But here, for a little bit of context, is that I was never good at writing prompts, okay? You tell me to write something, I will not know what to write about, okay? I will not know what to write about.
Okay, now look around.
Now,
Truck headed for Washington. Look around for clues, containers, terminals, any records. Find the right one and tag it.
now the thing about this is that I was never really good at writing. I would have had to been given a prompt. Either a prompt to write a prompt of what to write about, or a prompt of what to write about and then prompt me to ignore.
Containers. They might indicate what the trucks are carrying.
I can get up this, can't I? So that's the thing. Either a prompt that I can ignore or a prompt to write about, okay? And that was it. I was never really good at writing what I wanted to write. And so Free Write Fridays came along. I mentioned that before. That was preface it with this. So Free Write Friday came along, and it was always, why can't you just write something down? Why can't you just write something down? And I'm over here like, I have been told all week of what I can and cannot write, and now you're telling me that I have to think about what it is. I have to think for myself.
Figure out the right truck.
Okay. I need to find a way around this without getting caught too much.
Look around. There should be clues that'll point you to the right truck, perhaps matching their colors to the containers.
I can go around this.
Hey, Control. Everything's just fine and hunky-dory here.
Those containers have cargo. That might help you eliminate the wrong trucks.
I don't like this. But there was this, but this was like when I first could not, like, I could not find out like how to write anything. One day, and so I would just not write anything usually, but then I would usually either that or I would just be like, oh, I know, and I get out a book and just start writing from that. And it was one of those first grade teaching you how to read books. It's one of those books. So it wouldn't really have much in there. So it wouldn't really have much of which to write about in there. Can I not get through this? Or can I, and I'm just not looking hard enough?
Great. Now search the docks. You're looking for something that tells you which truck has the voting machines and is headed for Washington. Search containers, computers, anything. When you've figured it out, tag the right truck.
Trying to get around everything. But one day, my teacher, she's like, I really need you to actually come up with something to talk about. Like, something that's not based off of... Something that's not, like, plagiarizing... I can't get through her shit. Gotta be a way up.
Those containers have cargo. That might help you eliminate the wrong trucks.
Don't come out here. Do not come out here. Do not come out here. Do not come out here. Let me finish the story. Let me finish the story before I get way too distracted, okay? Yeah, so my teacher is like, you know what? Here, go to the class. Samuel, go to the class next door, over there. And go and finish it. And I was like, but I don't know what to write about. She said, write about anything. And so I was like, okay. And so I go over there, and that class happens to be watching an episode of The Magic School Bus. best, other than Bill Nye's Science Guy, one of the best shows to educate ever. Anyway, I wasn't allowed to watch it because I need to finish my work. Teacher over there, her name was Miss Fox. I remember this because I was like, huh, that's a weird name. She was like, no, you're not watching this. You sit there facing away from there, but you need to finish your work. And I was like, okay. And so I get the notebook and I'm writing down. And then I decide, and then I'm like, huh, they said this. And they also said this. I'm listening because I'm listening to the show, listening to the episode. I've seen this episode, and I'm listening to it, so I already know what's going on. So I'm like, they said this, and I'm writing down what I'm hearing, Years later, I'm looking at my notebook again, and I look at that, and I'm like, did I write down? And I remember this, and I'm like, did I write down the entire script of this? Because I didn't know what to write. It was like, write about whatever you want. What I want is for you to give me a prompt. The prompt is to write about whatever you want. Okay, I'm trying to...
Reporting in. I suspect we have trespassers.
Crap, you're seen, and the convoy's rolling
You know what?
out.
Screw it.
We need another way to find our truck.
On the floor.
All right, I have an
Stay
idea.
down.
I want you to hack into anything you can find connected down there. If I can get access to their databases, I might be able to find where our truck is headed. 10 seconds now. Cops in 20, gear up. Okay, the database is split into two. I'm getting the first one now.
Okay, so yeah, I ended up writing. So the entire story is I ended up writing the entire script.
A helicopter.
Cops are here. We're about to get our hands full.
Civilians on the scene.
So yeah, that's my story. That's the story. I ended up writing down the entire script of that episode. Thank you.
It's a shield.
Deploying sniper, stay low.
Can I hit you from here? No, stop moving. Stop moving. Let me just not... I can hit you, right? Okay, fight for us.
They got the power. Get it back up or we can't continue the download.
Shield ain't the promo. He's dead. I killed the shield.
I want to watch Iron Lung. Good movie. I'm pretty sure I already mentioned that already. Can I hit you from here? Nope. Yeah, I can't even hit when I'm aiming. Okay, it's currently 204. I punched it. Yesterday when I was in school, nah.
Power's back. Get to the terminal and restart the download.
That took a lot faster. You know, I should probably No. I should probably look at the skills and see which one, skill points, and see which one is the one that makes it so that hacks go faster, because I would very much like that to do, like it to do that. I'm pretty sure, I think I might, I was honestly planning on probably doing GTA, but then I forgot about it. And then I ended up playing this.
Now, return to the terminal and give it a kickstart. They sure like messing with the power. Keep an eye on those breakers. Prevent them from interrupting the download.
Sniper, he's dead. Sniper, dead.
They cut the power to the network. You need to get it back on. Power's back. Get to the terminal and restart the download.
I spotted the shield. No, I'll be on the shield like a
Look, I know he probably doesn't run like this, but with this gun, it sounds like it really feels like he's running like, instead of just, whatever. And no, and I mean like the legs are also going in front. You guys can't see my legs, but still.
Another assault.
No, like his legs are also going like,
3 seconds.
are also going in front. Like he's leaning backwards.
They cut the power. Get it back up or we can't continue the download.
Yeah, I would very much like this to be done so I can go and use the restroom, please.
Coming in. Great. Now get back to the terminal and restart the download. Police assaulting 10.
You know, there's stories about where like a kid in school will ask their teacher to go to the restroom, and the teacher will say no, to which the student just pisses themselves on the floor. Honestly, whether or not if it's on accident, that's a fault on the teacher's end. If it's on purpose, valid response to no, because what if it is an emergency? Because what if it is an emergency? So to make sure that they're never gonna want to like tell you to stop again. I get it could be like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, where it's like,
Power's back. Get to the terminal.
you know what, just for fun, I'm just gonna drill that door for fun.
Great. Now get back to the terminal and restart the download.
Valid response. I honestly wish that I thought of that when I was a kid. Okay, we got 91 seconds left.
Power's down. Look for the circuit box and get it back on. Now, return to the terminal and give it a kickstart.
Shield is dead.
Power's back. Get to the terminal and restart the download.
Look, the drilling doesn't really do anything. I'm just doing it just because why not? Nah.
Oh shit, shield!
40 seconds left. Okay. Here's the thing. This is a very small gun, and yet it really packs a punch.
Who are these goddamn...
They cut the power. Get it back up or we can't continue the download.
fire away! Don't stop!
Great. Now get back to the terminal and restart the download.
Shouldn't have that long left. Yeah, we have 23 seconds left. I'm gonna go and fix that drill because I do want it to.
I've got the first half of the database. It may be enough, it may be not. So it's your call. Get out of there now, or stay and get the second half.
I'm gonna get the second half.
Database is on the way. Once we have it, I should be able to pinpoint the destination of the truck with the voting machines.
Yeah, we'll get the second half so that way we can so that way it might be easier for us. Who knows? I need to think of another story. Is that a good story?
Not me.
They're earning that overtime. 30 seconds until another police assault. Seconds left.
I do have one. It's not that long of a story. It's also elementary school. It's also elementary school as well. This one actually more just has to do with, when kids are playing games, like on the playground at school. And this one is more of like, actually I have several about the playground. First one is actually due to like okay, so playground layout. There was I don't know how to like lay out the playground, okay? There was like stairs, it went up, then it split off into two ends, and one end had like all the slides, the other end had like, hold on, give me a moment. This guy has no manners. He does not allow you to like finish. Look at him from here. Okay, apparently not. Okay. Anyway. So, well, how this went was, there was like this one area where like it was like the fireman's pole, like that. People will go down it, and then on that same exact ends there was kind of like what I would, the only way I can describe it is like monkey bars if they were a step ladder, and it was like a loop that went like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I can probably find this if I looked it up. I'll look it up later. No, OBS, come back to me. And so that area was, I don't know why, it was my favorite area for some reason. I think it was because like that monkey bar that was in a loop. But what it did was it went down and then back up. People are gonna be like, what are you talking about? I'll show you. I'll show you in a moment. Now, yeah, that's right. Face somewhere else. Okay, good. And that area was like, you would pretend to be a certain character. In this game, you would pretend to be a certain character. I decided to make up my own character called the Phantom. And honestly, you know what? Kind of this, I based it off of like he was a lot like the Phantom of the Opera. Like, it was like how he looked was like the Phantom of the Opera. But he had like the powers of like, I don't know what. I don't know how to like describe him. But there was a certain scene, there was a certain point in there where like I'm like where the pole is, but I'm hanging off of like the ledge. I'm hanging off of like the ledge of the playground. And purposefully, Nobody did this to me. I purposefully am right here, but then I pushed myself off to land on my back. Now, the distance was probably like the height of... Fuck. You know, if I can... How would I...
Great. Now get back to the terminal and restart the download.
It was probably like the height from the ground to the top of that... To the top of this container right there. The one I just put a bullet in. That one. That was probably like the distance. Like, from like the top of that to the ground. And to like a... Probably 9-year-old kid at the time. That was probably a long ways up.
We cut the power to the network. You need to get it back on.
But I purposefully did that.
Power's back. Get to
Not once, not twice, but 5 times. And I would land on my back. And I get the wind knocked out of me every single time.
seconds to go.
And I just kept doing it over and over and over again because I was like, I don't think I'm getting my point across. And also, I like this. Also, I like what I say right here. And what I said was, don't you see? You cannot kill me, or something like that.
Be ready for anything.
I don't know why, but that was just it. I was just like hanging off there, like holding myself like this, holding up, kind of like leaning forward. With an eye going, yeah. Yeah, the fact that none of the teachers or coaches or anyone that was supervising us stopped me is crazy.
Power's down. Look for the circuit box and get it back on. Now, return to the terminal and give it a kickstart.
Second story actually kind of has to do with that monkey bar loop. So this monkey bar loop. Now here's the thing. This playground had a tarp for it. It had like a structure to have like a tarp over it, like you do with a regular jungle gym, right? So that way none of the things are extremely hot during the day.
I took care of that.
Well,
I took care of
here's the thing about this tarp. Wasn't always up there.
Cut the power. Get it back up or we can't continue the download.
Wasn't always there.
You need to get it back on. Great. Now get back to the terminal and restart the download. Power's back. Get to the
So,
and restart the download.
and actually, you know, it used to rain a lot when I was a kid. No longer rains anymore for some reason. I wish it rained. I liked it when it rained. It was nice. I still like it when it rains. But because they decided, yeah, we're not gonna put the tarp up there. Or, they did, whenever it rained, the, jungle gym would have like a bunch of water on it. In a specific loop of monkey bar that went down and up.
Okay, the whole database is recovered. No point hanging around. Get back to the boat.
I decided it would be a great idea to try and walk on it. You know, monkey bar, the metal on jungle gyms versus is actually quite slippery when it's wet. I didn't think about that. I was like, nah, I can do this. I slipped and fell, and it hurt a lot.
I've traced the truck to a warehouse out by Goose Island. It's a distribution depot. Contracted to ship the voting machines.
Still, the fact that none of the like faculty was there and they cared
Warehouse
was crazy.
Your first job is getting into the depot. Scout the area, check for cameras and guards. Keep it quiet.
I'll wait here.
So yeah, the amount of how much like the can I get into this this right here? Yes, I can.
Keep checking the shipping crates for machines. Once you find them, start the hacking.
Why don't I just go up here and just
I was thinking, if I had $1 million, would I still be doing this?
No story can go on. Okay, so I need to put this in a place that's not really gonna check. Hi, hey Glitch, how you doing? I just tried shooting that guy in. I need you to move. There's no one else coming here, right? Okay, anyway, another story actually has to do with, there was a rock wall at this, shut up, Bane, I'm trying to tell a story. Anyway, this one actually is another thing of, yeah, these guys should have been monitoring us more, because this one actually had to do with actually the bell ringing for us to go to class. And this was in the morning, and we were like, yeah, we can play a little bit, but we want to go and we have to go into class. So the bell would ring, the coaches would blow their whistle for us to come in. And why don't you move? Can you not see me through that? Oh, wait, you can see me through that. That's great. Okay. So I'm on a rock wall. I am stupidly above the by the way, hello Glitch. I was stupidly above like one of the arches that you're allowed to go under in the rock wall. And so I'm on top of that, but then the whistle blows and the bell rings, and I'm like, okay, I know how to get off this quickly. I'll jump off. I'm facing towards the rock wall. I'm holding onto it. I'm like, I'm gonna jump off. So I do. Coincidentally, there was this kid that decided to run under it right as I decided to jump off, and I landed on top of him. Said I was sorry. He said he was sorry too. We both ran our separate ways to class. And move. And we just went on our merry way. Now, this I actually want to touch upon was, I think we should have had more supervision back then, but I feel like the route that people have taken have gone from one end of the extreme to the complete opposite end. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that I lived in the era of like I lived with like no supervision whatsoever. I'm not saying I didn't live with any supervision whatsoever. No, we had supervision. I just feel like I was like born in like the tail end of the era of they didn't really care as much. Kids can get hurt as much as they want as long as it doesn't kill them. As long as it doesn't kill them. I feel like I was born in like the very end of that era.
Your first job is getting into the depot. Scout the area, check for cameras and guards. Keep it quiet.
Go on ahead. Things go bad. Go on ahead. I'll be ready to back you up if needed.
Don't forget, we're looking for voting machines. I bet they're in shipping crates scattered about.
So I feel like I was in like, cause now like instead of like, oh, the kids can get hurt, it's fine. And I feel like then like we went from like, kids can get hurt, it's fine. There is no way for a child to go there, to go over here. See if there's anything that I can use.
It's secure.
A thing. But then I'm being very risky here. But yeah, because now I see that like we used to go to like there's this one place that we just called the Monster Park, which because the reason why it had like a dragon on there, we call it the Monster Park, and it was like a castle. It was a castle. You could live in that thing. I mean, I'm not joking. That's what that thing was. But now we got like But now, like, they're like, no, we need it to be safe for kids. No, what you want it for is to be fun. Do you want, okay, you have two choices. Do you want it to be safe or do you want it to be fun? There is an in between. You can have both. You're allowed to have both. Okay, there's either safe and fun, or just fun. There's two of them. There's three of these. All right, it's a spectrum. There is a line here. There's safe, there's fun, and in the middle is both. You want to know what people went from? They went from it just being fun to it just being safe. That is it. No, there's no safe and fun. It's just safe. Okay, I just need to find my way into like a shipping container.
You should be looking for the shipping crates. Chances are they hold the machines.
Okay. But yeah, that's another thing I wanted to get on. Oh. Of course. So note to self. Find the...
Keep checking the shipping crates for machines. Once you find them, start the hacking.
Yeah, of course, but first...
It's okay, it's nothing. I just sneezed and dropped the radio.
Okay. You can only do that like about 4 times before they start getting suspicious. Okay. I need to find...
You need to find the shipping crates to get to the machines.
I am looking for shipping crates. Okay, I have more stories, but I feel like the more I talk, the less attention I'm spending. So I do need, so you know, I also need to find the
Don't forget, we're looking for voting machines. I bet they're in shipping crates scattered about.
shipping crate right there.
Two, 3 over here. Reporting in. It's okay, I just got distracted, planning my vacations and all.
That's great. Just a minute, please. Alrighty then, you take her easy.
This shouldn't bother you anymore. You've been made. Damn, this is gonna get messy. Just keep hacking. I'll think of something. Okay, I got an idea. I can change the hack so it looks like we were here doing this for McKendrick's rival, Mayor Schwartz. The blame can be passed on to her. If there's gonna be a scandal, let's make it a scandal we can use. Wait, what's this?
Get down!
They just reinforced the security here.
Yeah, kind of figured that out. Kind of figured they would do that. Okay, okay, okay. We're doing this. We're doing this. I'm not saying that we should go back. I want to state. I'm not saying we should go back. What I'm saying is that we went from like not really caring about whether they got hurt or not to caring too much about it. It's where on one hand it's like they get hurt, it's fine, to oh no, I'm gonna keep them locked in the basement and not be able to go outside, so that way they don't have to experience the horrors of the real world. To which I say, have you ever heard the song about ever heard the song Harpy Hare? That song is literally about that. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Drop it now!
Okay, I just want okay, I wasn't thinking about shipping crates. I was thinking about finding the about finding everything else. Okay, here we go. I don't think I got this. There's nothing in there. No, you should have like the perk of like fixing yourself. I thought I said 1 second. I was like, what?
Plan B is much like Plan A. Keep hacking. A little bit of code on my end, and it'll look like we were doing this for Mayor Nancy. So keep hacking those machines. Okay, the first machine is hacked. Keep going. I think you're gonna do this if you keep it up.
This ain't always a goddamn war zone!
Okay, this one. Here we go. Here we go.
How fast can you run, bastardo? Mierda!
They backed off. Now, make what you didn't count.
Just to have some fun. Because why not?
Hard contact!
Who knows? There might be some good stuff in here. Let's check. Money.
On it.
More units.
We got money in one of these.
Way, gang. You need to hack those machines. Every hack piles more scandal on Schwartz. Hostile
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Watch yourself.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because they have a chance of fixing themselves, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna sit here and I'm gonna mosey on out. I'm gonna go and use the restroom and I will be back.
Just shut off the drill. Drill stopped. The cops disabled it.
Someone tell Keped. Drill. Get the shield, amigo. Make sure they're not flanking.
Fucking cut shield is dead!
Alright, here's the new plan. I'm altering the hack to make it look like this whole enterprise is for Mayor Schwartz instead. It's a dirty trick, but this is politics.
Fucking shield!
Got a shield.
Bad guys! Less fucking bad guys! Boy! Shield!
Hunt him down. It's a shield. Shield eliminated.
Shield!
Hey, there's a shield.
Got the shield!
Just keep hacking those machines. The more shit we play at Schwartz, the more will stick.
Canada. Shield. Watch out.
Boy! Shield!
Hey, I'm back.
Shield!
Retreating.
I took
Get
care
gas,
of that
fellas.
shield!
I'm sure they'll come back for more, so use your time well now.
Get ready. That's what one of them sounds like.
Shit, we got bad cops moving in. Real bad cops. Keep your heads down.
There we go.
This just in. Another police assault wave coming in about 30 seconds.
There we go.
20 seconds to go, people. 10 seconds now. All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
It's a sniper.
Oh, I need to close them.
Got it. Eyes on the prize.
Got it. You got it.
You need to hack those machines. Every hack piles more scandal on Schwartz.
Kill them. Kill them all.
Okay. Okay.
Digits in the air. Drop your weapon. Drop it now. Drop your gun.
And I just need them to
Cuffs on now.
I need to come up with more stories. I need to like remember more stories. Okay, nothing in here. Oh, hey, we got some. All right. Let's run out of here.
You're looking rough.
I didn't even notice that until like right as I went through it.
I got it.
Hold your ground, gents. We're not going anywhere.
I took the sniper out. There we go.
I don't know why, but there was this video that just made me laugh a long time ago. And the video was, it's like, you got one new message. And it's just an answering machine at McDonald's, and it's like, you got one new message.
Hey, thanks.
And then the answering machine, and it's like, the fuck kind of McDonald's has a answer machine. What do I say? I want a burger tomorrow?
Don't get sloppy. Another assault waiting to Oscar Mike. ETA, 30 seconds.
There we go, fixed it.
20 secs. Seconds to go.
Okay, restarting the stuff.
They're coming. All right, I need you to do one more errand before you bug out. Get to the security room and grab the footage from the cameras, just in case they got anything incriminating. They're on the street.
Have no fear, gents. I got your back.
What's the way up? Way up. Where's the way up? there anything else in here? Oh, hey, look, a key card. Yeah, I'll make sure to use that on the things.
Fire away! Don't stop!
Ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba da. Ba da ba ba da 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 ba da ba. Ba 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 ba.
Watch out! Sniper!
Oh, there's no glass here.
Take cover!
Sounds like the computer process is stuck. Hard contact! Hardest ever! Hard contact! No one walks away!
I feel like the reason why, the reason why a lot of places are bad, or not a lot of like websites or social media platforms are bad, is not really because of like the people that work there in general. I think it's more of because they were all good. They were all doing fairly well. And then credit card companies came along. And we're like, yeah, we don't want this to be happening.
I killed the sheep! How fast can you run, bastardo? Oh!
Gonna be a lot of early retirement forms filed today. I don't mean to holler at you, but you did great back there.
Can't hear me because you're fucking dead!
So how much do you think, how many less people would be in debt if, like, people were to actually figure out what debt is? Because there are some people that honestly do not know about debt. And then they find out that they're in a lot of debt. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh no, I can't pay this off now.
20 seconds, guys.
I say this fast forward about like a few years and it's like, yep, I'm in debt.
10 seconds to lift off. All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
No one walks away! Shoot! It's a shield!
There are like some of the most basic things in the world that honestly I feel like that if more people just learned them, we would have a lot less problems. I'm not saying we wouldn't have no problems, but I mean we would have a lot less problems.
Get every single one of those fuckers, yeah?
All right, fine work, Klaus. Give me the footage back and we can close out.
Wait, what?
Sniper! I killed the shield!
A fighting retreat back to the van, guys. Let's get out of here.
Medic bag! The sniper is down!
Where are they? But yeah, there's a lot of things that I feel like that if people would just learn the most basic thing of,
Fire away! Don't stop!
I feel like then a lot less problems we would have. We wouldn't have no problem. We wouldn't have like zero problems. But there would be a lot less to the point of people being like, okay, well, those are taken care of. I can take care of this now. Okay. Mask. Mask. All right. We'll do one more and then I got... Actually, no, I'm going to have to get off right now. So we're on Psalms 26, I believe. 25. Yeah, we're on Psalms 26. All right. Psalms 26. Vindicate me, O Lord, for I have led a blameless life. I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Test me, O Lord, and try me. Examine my heart and my mind, for your love is ever before me, and I walk continuously in the truth. I do not sit with deceitful men, nor do I consort with hypocrites. I abhor the assembly of evildoers, and refuse to sit with the wicked. I wash my hands in innocence, and go about your altar, O Lord, proclaiming aloud your praise, and telling of all your wonderful deeds. I love the house where you live. Where you live, O Lord, the place where your glory dwells. Do not take away my soul along. Do not take away my soul along with sinners. My life is bloodthirsty. Yeah, my life with bloodthirsty men, in whose hands are wicked schemes, whose right hand are filled with bribes. But I lead a blameless life. Redeem me and be merciful to me. My feet stand on level ground, and great assembly will praise the Lord. That was Psalms 26. Thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it. I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.